Hi, it's Malik. Doing my second book review on the other half of the Vampire Academy series, Blood Promise, Spiritbound, and Last Sacrifice. Let's get started with Blood Promise. I'm going to read the back of the book and in the front of the book. Dimitri's heart has gone dark. Now Rose must journey to the ends of the earth to find and kill her one true love. Or has the time come to join him? My heart shattered, my world shattered. You will lose this value most, so treasure it while you can. My life, it wasn't my life. It wasn't even Dimitri's life. What you value most, it was his soul. And bound by love but sworn to kill. Guardian Rose Hathaway's life will never be the same. The recent attack on St. Vladimir's Academy devastated the entire Moroi world. Many are dead, and for the few victims carried off by Strigoi, their fates are even worse. But only one victim matters, Dmitri Belikov. Rose must now choose one of two very different paths, honoring her life's vow to protect Lisa, her best friend and last surviving Dragomir princess, or dropping out of the academy to strike out on her own and hunt down the man she loves. She'll have to go to the end of the earth to find Dmitri to keep the promise he begged her to make. But the question is, when the time comes, will he want to be saved? So basically, this book starts out with Rose sitting Rose is in Russia looking for Dmitri. It starts out with her leaving a bar thing, and she's being followed by someone. She thinks this is Strigoi, so she's getting ready, but she's not nauseous. So the person that's following her catches up to her, and it turns out to be an alchemist named Sydney. And in a Strigoi attacks, Rose takes down the Strigoi and Sydney disintegrates the body. They go and talk, and Sydney helps Rose find the place where Dmitri could be, where she thinks he'll be. So they travel there, and on the way there, they're about maybe a day's drive away from where she's wanting to go, and they stay the night at this house. And Rose gets into a battle with Strigoi, and she uses her ghosts as a kind of a weapon. And she takes down the Strigoi, but she's really badly injured. She blacks out, and when she wakes up, she's at the Belikov house. She doesn't know how she got there, but apparently she finds out that she was muttering Belikov, Belikov, Belikov for basically the whole way because she was dreaming about Dmitri. So, trying to find it. So she stays with his family, his mother Elena, his grandmother Yeva, his sisters Carolina, Sonia, and Victoria, and his niece and nephew Paul and Zoya. After a couple weeks, maybe a month living with them, Rose sets off with these unpromised people that she meets when she goes to church with Dimitri's family one Sunday. So they go off, they're hunting Strigoi, and when they catch Strigoi, they pin him down and ask him if they know Dmitri. And a lot of them don't know him, but they get to one that does. And so Rose says to pass on the message that Rose Hathaway is looking for him. And he does. Later on, Dmitri comes up and captures Rose, and she goes through being captured by him and stuff. It ends with Rose finding out about a fairy tale that someone has restored Strigoi. So, in Spiritbound, that's her main voyage thing, is to find the person that did it. Okay, now let's move on to Spiritbound. Back of the book first. Rose's life will never be her own. She has been outrunning death ever since the accident that forever bonded her to her best friend Lisa, whom she has sworn to protect no matter what. But with Dmitri stalking her, Rose can only run so far. Dmitri must have grown tired of waiting for me. He held onto my shoulder and jerked me toward him, triumph flaring in those red eyes. In the sort of space we were in, it was probably all he needed to kill me. This time he had what he wanted. salvation has its price. After a long and heartbreaking journey to Siberia, Dimitri's birthplace, Rose Hathaway has finally returned to St. Vladimir's with her best friend, Lissa Dragmir. It's graduation, and the girls can't wait for their real lives outside the Academy's cold iron gates to finally begin. But even with the intrigue and excitement of court life looming, Rose's heart still aches for Dimitri. He's out there somewhere. She failed to kill him when she had the chance, and now her worst fears have come true. Dimitri has tasted her blood, and she knows in her heart he's hunting her, and if Rose won't join him, he won't rest until he has silenced her forever. So, like I said, Spiritbound is basically Rose's journey to find the person that has done this so-called miracle. The person that does it actually turns out to be Viktor Dashkov's brother. And I was not expecting that. Well, half-brother, yeah. And I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, what? Yeah, so. But his name is Robert Duru. So he tells Rose and Adrian and Lissa and Eddie about how to do it. And it's, a spirit user charms his silver stake with spirit and then stakes the Strigoi. So Rose is like, but where are we going to find a spirit user that can do this and stuff? And Lissa's like, I'll do it, Rose. And Rose and Lissa argue and stuff, but Lissa ends up doing it anyway. She goes on a tour of Lehi where she's going to be going because she made a deal with the Queen that she'd stay at the Academy and go to a college close by. So she's going to tour Lehi, and she takes Christian with her, and she learns how to stake a pillow and charms the stake. They go out for Lissa's birthday, and Dimitri captures them. So Rose, being bound to Lissa, knows what's going on, so they go and rescue her, and they get in this epic battle, which ends with Dimitri getting saved. It's awesome. I'm like, yeah, go, Rose and Lissa. And the book ends with Dimitri getting restored and kind of being a jerk to Rose for some reason, I don't know. And then they're sitting in a coffee shop, and he defends her. And the book completely ends on a total cliffhanger with Rose being accused of murdering Queen Tatiana. So, yeah. I'm going to move on to the last sacrifice now. Oh, I forgot to show you what Blood Promise and Spiritbound look like, so I'm going to do that. This is Blood Promise. And this is Spiritbound. And this is Last Sacrifice. Last Sacrifice is basically Rose's journey, running from the authorities because she didn't do it, and trying to find this illegitimate child that Eric Dragomir has, because you find out that in Spiritbound that Lissa's dad was putting money into a bank account for a woman. So, and then you find out later, and you find out in this, well, near the end of Spiritbound that there is an illegitimate child. So Spiritbound ends with that. Like I said, I don't know what I said it ends with before, so but yeah. So Last Sacrifice is basically Rose's journey running away and finding her. Lissa at court is trying to find some way to clear Rose's name. And they do this by like asking people at court, and they get more time by having Lissa run for queen. In the end, she gets queen. Spoiler, yeah. And Dimitri and Rose fall back in love and everything in the book, so it's awesome. Comment, tell me what you thought of the books, who your favorite characters are. Bye.